da, 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 da. I suppose it would be good to have turn the camera on. Y'all get to watch a black screen.
Ugh.
All right. Power. Oh. The glare. The glare. Jesus. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Should probably, let's turn these off. How's that look? That's a little bit better. I like that lighting better. All right. So, I have this old-ass potassium nitrate. These are both potassium. I dried this in the oven and then sealed it in a pickle jar, but they've both been hanging out for a long-ass time. I want to clean them up. So, I got my distilled water. I got my chicken nuggets. I got my tater tots. We're ready to cook, baby. All right. Now, as for solubility of potassium nitrate in water, a lot. A lot. So, you can see it's a pretty small pan. I really don't have that much potassium nitrate left. I definitely need to get more. But even this wee bitty bit of water, which, I don't know, less than 1/5 of a gallon, I'm hoping it'll be enough to dissolve all this once it's boiling. Go. Is that actually on? Yes, the hot plate is hotting. Perfect. So how was your day? Actually, I shouldn't complain. Mine wasn't too bad. Yesterday was shitty, but today wasn't too bad. But, yeah, yesterday, fuck, it was one of those days. I come into work, there's a machine broken. All right, whatever, let's fix it. All day I was on that thing. All day. Well, not all day. 7 of 9 hours I was on that fucking thing. It sucked. And then, okay, let me put this earbud away and then I'll finish the story. All right. Yeah, so when I was working on this machine yesterday, good evening. Now, I was working on this machine yesterday. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's a slicing machine, and it uses a setup of lasers and cameras to scan the meat as you're feeding it through. So you feed like a tenderloin or something into it, and it will optically, with cameras, scan that meat and determine how big it is. It'll determine the volume. It'll create a graph matching the meat. It'll make like a 3D model basically. And then it uses a predetermined value of density. So you can tell it, it's beef, it's usually about this density. It's accurate enough. So then it'll know, okay, I have to make slices this big to hit a certain target weight. The slicer wasn't communicating with the cameras. And the whole thing uses CAN network and Ethernet cables to communicate with all the different sort of industrial modules. So I called up the support hotline, the manufacturer support hotline, and I'm like, what the fuck what do I do with this thing? And the tech was telling me, all right, try the network switches, test the cables, make sure there's a steady 24.5 volts going to the cameras, make sure your power supply for your network switches and all that's good too. So all that checked out, everything checked out. And finally he's like, we're 4 hours into the troubleshooting process at this point. He's like, all right, we're gonna send a tech out with cameras. It looks like cameras at my end because it sees cameras, but it can't really connect to them. So maybe something happened and they got fried, right? All right, great. I tell my supervisor that. He's like, oh, well, keep working at it and keep plugging away at it. Just keep throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. All right, cool. So I do that. And in the process of doing that, I break the machine more. So we had one problem that it can't connect to the cameras. And then after I get done fucking with it, not only can it not connect to the cameras, it also can't connect to the PLCs that control the cameras along with a bunch of other stuff. But it can't see the PLCs. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, no. But, so finally, it was kind of it turned into a fortunate mistake, if there is such a thing, because replacing the PLCs actually got the system back up and running. So something went wonky with the PLCs. They lost part of their programming. I don't know, dude. But yeah, that was a 7-hour ordeal. And then, 5 hours into it, I thought I busted something even worse than it was already broken. That's always a wonderful feeling. But got it worked out. And then that's my usual, like I said, I guess it's kind of a good thing I maybe busted the PLCs more, because otherwise I wasn't going to try them. On the phone with tech support, it never occurred to that, the guy I was talking to. I guess, in fairness, I should have asked, like, hey, could it be these things? But, yeah, he was all to going to gun for, like I said, the Ethernet network switches and Ethernet cables themselves, basically. So, anyway, and then today, I come into work, and the machine right after the slicer, the grater, which is the thing that sorts the cut pieces into bins to be put somewhere else, that thing was broken. Fortunately, that wasn't an all-day process. That was about a 2-hour troubleshooting process and then getting it repaired. So that wasn't too bad, but still. I kind of wonder what I'm going to walk into tomorrow that's busted. Seems like that's the way of it lately. Oop, we're boiling. We're boiling. All right. Let's see here. I wonder if I put actually way too much water. It's entirely possible, to be honest. Oh, maybe not. All right, let's make sure. No. Don't be a pansy. Let's make sure that. Let's see if that dissolves. There is a little bit of room left in the pan. If I need to add more water, but not much. Well, let's purify this stuff. And then I grab this fucking dirty ass piece of stainless steel rod to use it to stir. That's okay, we'll clean it off. Good enough to eat off of. So yeah, the whole goal here is recrystallization. I'm gonna dissolve the potassium nitrate in hot water, and then when the water cools down, it'll crash out, and it'll clean up all the impurities out of there. It'll make nice, clean potassium nitrate crystals, hopefully. Guess we'll find out. I am gonna have to go grab a spoon or something to fish. There are little floaters in there. Probably came from inside the bag. Because yeah, that bag of potassium nitrate really has just been sitting on a shelf in my kitchen, open for fucking better part of 3 years, I think, at this point. Yeah, come out of there. Oh, you little... There's a little floater in there. I'm trying to get her. Would you come out of there? Oh, you bitch. Got you. Got you. All right, let's get that out of there. Anyone else? Not yet. No, there's one right there. It's also possible, you know, there's just kind of stuff in the potassium nitrate prills. This is prill. It's 99.8% purity, but it's an industrial product. It's not perfect. All right. We are dissolving all of the nitrate. I've also got kind of scuzzy bubbles on the top of this stuff. Like there's a bit of foam on top. That's probably not something we want. Get that off there. There we are. Get the rest of this, it is all dissolved now. Get the rest of that bag in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, after I poured that in, I can see there's more floaters in there, so there's just crap in the bag. Or was. That's the other thing. If there is stuff actually in the prills, the recrystallization will get all that out of there, so that's good. Isn't this the silliest way to purify something? I mean, not the recrystallization itself. That's pretty standard, but here I am physically fishing impurities out. Are we reaching the limit here? This stuff isn't dissolving as fast. It's kind of a good thing with working in small batches. Everything goes quick. Now, last time I was on, I mentioned everything black powder. He actually, funnily enough, I noticed he uses the exact same supplier of potassium nitrate I did. And yeah, he recommends, even in a brand new bag, recrystallize it right away. And that's the stuff he uses to make his own black powder, so. There's one little stubborn fleck of something in there. What are you? Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh. All right, that's all that stuff dissolved now. Next bit. And this stuff smells delightfully of pickles. Still. I cleaned that I don't know how many times, but that smell is in there, dude. Doesn't help, I think, that I put the jar in the oven I think it was at like 400 degrees for like several hours. So, probably baked the smell right into there. There's a hair in there. Get out of there. I think I got it out there. Yep. Yep. Oh. So, yesterday we had the one vendor with questionable technical support, I'll say. Well, no, not questionable, just wasn't getting the right thing. But that's all well and good. Today, I should say, actually, let me start. On Tuesday, I sent an email out to the manufacturer of one of our pallet wrappers. So you put a pallet on, put some stretch wrap on it, and it'll spin and dispense the stretch wrap and wrap the entire pallet, right? We've got one, an older one, that there's a little chain on the series of rollers that the saran wrap actually goes through. And that chain has a little tensioner that it's like the chain guides of timing chain in your car, where it's like a ramp, or at least I assume that's the way it's supposed to be, because I can't really tell you for sure because it's broken. I need a new one. But we don't have the parts manual anymore because this thing's from, like, I don't know, 2003 or something. So, that manual's long gone, dude. So I sent a message to the company like, hey, here's the serial number, here's the model number. Can I get a parts manual for it? They finally got back to me today. It's gonna cost, they want $85 for a fucking parts manual. Are you shitting me? This is not normal for industrial equipment. I don't know if it's normal for cars. It probably is. But for industrial equipment, no, they don't. Like 90% of manufacturers, you call them up and like, hey, I need a parts manual, or I need schematics, or, you know, I need something like that. They're more than happy to give that to you. Because you order the parts from them. It's like a catalog. You know how catalogs, you get them for free because you buy shit from them? Yeah, it's like that. So why the fuck would you put it behind an $85 paywall? Like, I almost want to tell my boss, no, don't buy it. Don't buy it. We need it, but don't buy it. Don't buy anything from these assholes anymore. I don't care how much work it takes. I'll make my own fucking chain guide. It'll be a piece of shit, but you know what? It's better than paying for that. I actually said in the email, check out these bloodsuckers, but I wanted to put something else there, but I figured I'd get in trouble, so. $85 for a parts manual. Oh my god. I can't wait to see how much they're charging for, like, anything on it. Because, I mean, if they're going to be that way about the fucking manual, you know they're going to nickel and dime you on everything else. And it's going to be, terrible. The price is going to be terrible. It's a Landtech, by the way. So if you're ever in the market for a new pallet wrapper, don't get a Landtech. The company's fucking shit ass. They do retarded shit like that. Not worth buying from. Talk to any other manufacturer of a pallet wrapper, and I'm like 85% sure they will just give you a parts manual for free in less than 4 days. It's not even a hardcover, too. $85 for a fucking PDF download. That's some fucking textbook manufacturer bullshit. Filthy! Filthy! Hazards of it hanging out for literal years, I guess. Hell yeah, dining, dude. I mean, you gotta figure, if they're like basically any other successful equipment manufacturer fucking ever, they don't actually make their money on selling the machines. They sell their they make their money on selling parts for the machines. Like, that's how Cat does it, that's how Morel does it, that's how Multivac, that's how fucking everybody does it. That's what makes money in the equipment world. You don't, the equipment doesn't make money, the parts for the equipment makes money. So again, you gotta think of the fucking parts manual like a catalog. Like, why would you charge for that? It's the thing you're selling from. Well, I can guarantee you their business model is to make money off parts, because the fucking chain guide is ridiculous. Why would you use... It's not... Like, it's not a high tension part, it's not... under excessive load. It's not under excessive heat. A simple roller bearing, literally anything. But no, they made this custom fucking. It must be like a little arm, like I said, like the timing belt or the timing chain guides on a motor. It doesn't need to be that for this. The only reason you would make that like that is so that it would be a custom part that you have to either have manufactured or obviously buy from that. Like, this could just be an industry bearing, a standard fucking 6203 bearing or something. But no, you did this shit. Yeah. Oh, God. The water smells like pickles too now. I guess the pickle contamination has gotten everywhere. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This water is saturated, let me tell you. It's like trying to form a skin on top. Might have to grab the camera to try and show you here. I don't know how well it'll work. The lens will probably just get fogged up like instantly. Floaties to get out of there though. Oh, you little bastard. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Got it. Yummy. All right. There's one little stubborn guy in there. I want him out of there. There, Jesus. That was a fighter, let me tell you. All right. Let's go ahead and get the last of that guy in there. The zesty dill spears. I wonder how bad this is for my cookware. It's an aluminum pan with that crappy Teflon coating. Most of it's gone by now, but golly. All right. Gosh, that stuff really was badly contaminated. Whatever that is, we want that gone. I love how it's making like a... There's white powder all over my kitchen. Focus. Focus. It's like the shittiest version of bobbing for apples you can imagine. It's really not like it at all, though. I don't know why I made that comparison. Ooh, that is cool, though. I'm gonna have to try and get a video of that. It's kind of the potassium nitrate is trying to form a skin on top. The water is so saturated at this point, but every time it's like bubbling and warbling around, because as the vapor comes up it redissolves and then it crashes out and forms the skin, then it redissolves, so it's wandering all over the place. Once I get enough of these fucking floaties out of here, you know, I really just shouldn't have poured that last little bit in. There was a lot of crap at the bottom of that jar, it turns out. I don't know why that shouldn't have been a surprise to me. Should have probably seen that one coming. Yeah, there's like notable surface tension. Like I can feel it when I submerge the spoon. I can feel breaking the surface tension. Should probably filter this, honestly. Thing is, if I tried to filter it right now, it would just, like the potassium nitrate would absolutely crash out while it was trying to filter and just clog the filter instantly. I don't know why I'm saying crash out. Crash out is something different, isn't it? Crash out is like when you it really all comes out as a powder and doesn't really crystallize. And then again, that's exactly what it would do. So yeah, it would just crash out while I was trying to filter it. Okay, I think that's as good as we're going to get it. Let me go ahead and turn the heat back on for a second, get it boiling again. I'll grab the camera and show you guys this. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, gotta grab something. Okay. Now let's show you. Okay. Try to make sure I don't throw a cord somewhere or cause a problem. Oh! I really need to get my battery going on this thing. I don't know if that's showing up at all. Can you see like that skin dancing around on the surface, dissolving, reappearing, redissolving. See how close I can get before the camera just fogs right the hell up. Yeah, you can see that on there. That's showing up a little bit. So yeah, this solution is definitely super saturated at this point. When I remove the heat, the potassium nitrate should start to recrystallize. In fact, it definitely will, like I said. That skin that's forming is potassium nitrate. And you can see all the, how it's kind of put a white fuzz on everything. Ain't she beautiful? Let's see what that skin looks like once the boiling actually properly stops. The water also took on a slight tinge. Yeah, it does. It does almost look like an oil slick, but it's not doing the thin film interference. There's no colors coming through. It must be too thick for that. Plus, I guess it is a solid that's forming. Let's see. But yeah, you can, yeah, that's totally showing up now. That's pretty good. And yes, the water still smells like pickles. Like I said, I guess the pickle contamination is, it's there now. All my gun cotton or gunpowder or whatever I end up making with the nitric acid is going to be pickle powder. I need a few more washers. Let me find some washers for this thing. I should have some down here. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Don't break camera. Don't break camera. Okay. Alright. No break camera. No break camera. Alright. God damn it. I should mention, like I think I said before, my camera rig right now is the most ghetto-ass bullshit. Because I've been lazy and I haven't made a proper camera mount. Ooh. I think that's pointed roughly correct. Oh no! I didn't even realize, guys. I'm sorry. Let me see here. Oh yeah, I pulled the power cord. That'll do it. Hello! Sorry about that. But yes, my gunpowder is going to be slightly pickle flavored, I guess. Yeah. I have to get the battery pack for the camera figured out and a mount for it, a proper mount. It's gross how it's mounted right now. There we go. Look, I even covered the solution while it's recrystallizing. I know how to do clean chemistry. I should have been lighting a cigarette while saying that for effect. Because obviously, when you're doing chemistry, you should be eating and smoking and drinking next to the chemistry. That's good for everyone. That's good for the purity of the chemicals you're using. That's good for your health. That's good for the cigarette. It's good for everybody. Thought I heard something behind me. You messed with the wrong pickle. Oh God, we're getting dangerously close to making a pickle joke. I do have some pretty crystals already on the handle of the saucepan. Yeah, where the boiling liquid spattered, it's just everywhere. It's highly corrosive, by the way, so that's probably good for everything. Wait, why would I even mention that? Why would I mention the corrosiveness of the potassium nitrate? I was distilling nitric acid in here, dumbass. This is nothing. Oh, that's fun. The lid keeps that skin from forming because the vapor is getting trapped in there and it's keeping the top of the liquid from boiling off and having the potassium nitrate crash out. Anyway, so the skin is not there with the lid on. Pull the lid off, whoop, just suddenly there's a big... Oh no. bad news. I dropped my Sonic tater tot. My bagged Sonic tater tots. All right, well. That's going to take a hot minute to cool down all the way. I'm going to call it a night. I just wanted to get that done. I'll take a picture of it in the morning and see how it looks. Well, no, probably not in the morning because they're going to go to work in the morning. Anyway. See you later.